Okay, I'm Illy from Lions Pride Fitness, and I'm into fitness. That's my number one thing. I love it. And things that are involved in fitness is sports. It's like fitness and sports, they come hand in hand. So I had to give my take on Crawford versus Spence. Let's go. Now, I have to say, I respect both fighters. Both of them are beasts, all right? And it's not about just, the technical aspect of their game. Of course, their IQ is high, but it's also they just have that grit, that aggression that you want in a fighter. And you want to watch fighters with that aggression because they're really, when they are in the ring with their opponents, they are really trying to destroy their opponents and get that W. So kudos to both of them on that. Now, I will say, I prefer Spence's style. I'm gonna say that, but it's not much more than Crawford. All right, so let's say if I prefer Spence's style at 10, Crawford is at a 9.99. All right, that's just my preference because I like the way Crawford just he counters and he catches people. But Spence, I just like the way he beats people up. He batters them, boom, boom. He doesn't have, from what I've seen, many knockouts or the knockout power. But it's just like he brutalizes his opponents the whole fight. So that's my take on that. But as far as the fight, this is a hard fight to determine who will win because you seen both of them fight Sean Porter. And Sean Porter looked like he was a beast against Spence. He looked like he was in shape. The technical aspect, he's a technical monster. His technique is on point, but he also has that aggression that, I spoke about with Crawford and Errol Spence. And from my vision, from my point of view in watching that fight, Sean Porter really wanted to beat Errol Spence, and Errol Spence weathered that storm because in the first throughout the whole fight it was pretty close until like I don't know if it was like the 11th round when Spence dropped him, and that was the tiebreaker right there, and you had to give it to Errol Spence. All right, so that's telling me like when Errol Spence fought against Sean Porter was, from what I've seen, he was at 100%. Now, when he fought Crawford, it's some speaking about him not being at 100%. I don't know. I'm just going off of what I heard, all right? And from what it looked like, he didn't look like he was at 100% when he fought against Crawford. It might have been because of Crawford's style. It stopped him from, being aggressive as he usually is. But nonetheless, I think Sean Porter looked more like a beast in the Errol Spence versus Sean Porter fight. All right. So it's give and takes on both sides when they fought Sean Porter. All right. Then you got when they fought Kell Brooks. I'm not gonna lie, Crawford got him out of there quick. That's no cap. Crawford got Brooke out of there pretty quick. Errol Spence took a little bit more time. He took his time, and in the beginning, it was a hard fight for Errol Spence, and that's what makes this fight so great because you can say this side, Terrence Crawford did this, and then you can counter and say, well, Errol Spence, he did this, and then you can come back and counter. You could go back and forth. That's why this is one of the greatest fights, I would say. All right, but on my end, I'm picking Errol Spence. I'm picking Errol Spence to win, and I can't even lie, like, it's like I back that opinion because it's my opinion, but it's still a part in me like, damn, Crawford could win too. So it's a hard decision, but I'm gonna go with Errol Spence. I would go with Errol Spence because he's an actual welterweight, first of all. Second of all, he's bigger. Um, he if he can work his way into or past Crawford's defense, it's gonna be a long night for Crawford. I'm just being real. It's gonna be a long night for Crawford. But on the reverse, if Crawford can keep Errol Spence on the outside and box and use his skills like we know he has, because he's definitely up there with the top 3 boxers of the world, then it could be a long night. It could be a long night for Errol Spence. That's why I'm like, it's like at this point, you got to pick who you like the most. And with me, I like Errol Spence more. And it's hard for me to even say that. I wish I could say both of them would win, all right? But like I said, I'm going to go with Errol Spence. And if you think about, I think about Crawford, how he, sometimes he gets hit and then his legs get shaky. But then, like I said, you could counter his legs getting shaky. Boy, when you hit Crawford, he comes back vicious. He comes back with a vengeance. He has that chip on his shoulder. So I'ma just wait till Saturday and I'ma sit back, enjoy this fight. Tell me what you guys think, all right? Like I said, I'm a personal trainer, but I'm into fitness. Fitness and boxing, they go hand in hand. So tell me what you guys think. Peace.